Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Gold, joining you at Emirates Stadium just after Arsenal's 3-1 win here against Aston Villa. What a fantastic performance this was from Arsenal. I think it's their best performance of the season. I know they were very, very good against Tottenham, certainly for 45 minutes in that North London derby win, but I think tonight shades that. Really, really good, and they kept it on pretty much for the full 90 minutes. 2-0 up at half-time, Smith Rowe made it 3-0, and then Villa did pull on back with about 8 minutes to go. Really good goal by Jacob Ramsey, but no more than a consolation. Arsenal are absolutely superb tonight. Made it 6 games unbeaten in the league now for Arsenal. I hope you can hear me. There's plenty of fans still here watching all the post-match interviews. I can see Tomiyasu down there at the moment, Nuno Tavares, who was excellent tonight. I'll go through my player ratings at the end of this. But yeah, just an excellent all-round performance. Really hard to actually sort of pick out the standout players because there were so many good performances. But just looking at the stats, Arsenal had 22 shots. Villa had 10. All of those 10 for Villa were in the second half. The first half, Arsenal blew Villa away in that 45 minutes. Goals from Thomas Partey, finally getting his first Arsenal goal, and Aubameyang scoring a penalty. Emile Smith-Rowe's just come out from the tunnel now to a big heroes reception. Smith-Rowe, my man of the match today, just giving away my man of the match. But he was superb, Smith-Rowe. He got the third goal. Thomas Partey scored the first with a header, his first goal for the club. Finally, Aubameyang scored a penalty right on half-time. The half-time whistle had actually gone, and then the referee went and had a look at a VAR check for a foul on Lacazette just before the half-time whistle and gave the penalty. Aubameyang, it was saved by Martinez, but he scored the rebound to make it 2-0, and they absolutely deserved that, because that first half, they had 14 shots for Arsenal in that first half against Villa. Villa had none. They were so dominant. It was absolutely, they were so on top, and it would, if they'd only gone in 1-0 at half time, it would have been really, really harsh, and almost would have felt like they were drawing or something. Such was their level of dominance in that first half. But the Aubameyang goal just gave them a little bit of breathing space and gave them a lead that they absolutely deserved. 2 goals at the very least, and then Smith Rowe making it 3-0 in the 56th minute from Aubameyang's little flick. Took a deflection, but it was Smith Rowe's goal, and like I said, Jacob Ramsey getting that goal back for Villa at the end. Bit frustrating. Aaron Ramsdale wasn't happy the fact he didn't get his clean sheet, but I don't think he can complain too much because this was a really, really good Arsenal performance. We're waiting to hear from Mikel Arteta. He's not even out yet to talk, doing any of the media stuff. I'm sure he'll be out soon, and then we'll get to talk to him in the press conference, and you imagine he's going to be very, very happy, certainly a lot happier than he was after the Crystal Palace game on Monday night. Like I said, 6 games unbeaten in the league for Arsenal now. That's 4 wins, 2 draws. But this one felt like a really important win, given those 2 draws against Brighton and against Palace on Monday night. And not so much the draws, but the performances in those draws. You felt they needed a big result, a big performance here tonight just to get things going again. And they certainly got that. And Arteta will be very, very happy. Like I said, performance-wise, there were so many good ones tonight. We've had a bit of a debate in the press box here about what Arsenal's formation was. I think it was a 4-4-2. Other people saying 4-2-3-1. It didn't feel like a real blatant 4-2-3-1 like we've seen before, because he had Aubameyang and Lacazette playing up front, and yeah, Laka was deeper, potentially in a sort of number 10 role, but I don't know. I still think it was 4-4-2 for me, and it just sort of, Lacazette back in the starting 11, deservedly so after that performance against Palace when he came on, and he really set the tone. Lacazette, he was on it from the start, pressing from the top, giving Villa no space to breathe really, and everyone else followed suit. It was just, like I said, that first half Arsenal was so on it, kind of led by Lacazette, I thought, and it just set the tone for the whole night really. And it was interesting the fact that Arteta went 4-4-2. We've not seen him before. Aubameyang and Lacazette paired together really under him. Saw it a little bit under Unai Emery in that Emery's first full season, but haven't really seen Arteta do it too much. Played a pair of them. They did in the final 20 minutes against Palace on Monday night, and they really worked. They really sort of clicked together, set the tone. The pressing was excellent. And Arsenal just too good for Aston Villa. So, like I said, wait and hear from Mikel Arteta. I will try and do a video tomorrow dissecting a little bit more what he had to say. So keep an eye out for that one. But I will now go over my player ratings for tonight. Okay, so we'll start with Aaron Ramsdale, who certainly in the first half was an absolute spectator, didn't have anything to do. I'm trying to see how many shots on target they had in the second half. 4 Aston Villa had in the second half, 10 of their shots, 4 of them on target. Made a couple of big saves at Ramsdale, one at 0-0 from, who was it? I can't remember. I think it was Danny Ings he made the save from. Couldn't do anything with the goal, picked out the top corner from Jacob Murphy, but and he wasn't happy, Ramsdale. You could see he wanted that clean sheet, but a really good performance from him, which is quite interesting, with Emi Martinez at the other end, who wasn't great, I didn't think, tonight. Emmy. So I'm going to give Aaron Ramsdale's going to get a 7 from me. Tomiyasu I thought was excellent, really, really good down the right hand side. Top performance from Tomiyasu. He gets an 8. Ben White, I think this is Ben White's best performance in an Arsenal shirt so far. Really, really top performance. One fabulous block from Danny Ings, sort of the start of the second half. Now I think it might have still been 2-0 at that point. It was a really, really big block that from Ben White, and he kind of set the tone for me at one point in the first half, where he drove, I think really early on in the first half, and he drove out from the back four, drove down the pitch, must have run about 60-70 yards to the ball, and it just kind of summed up the way Arsenal started that game. So Ben White, like I said, I'm going to give Ben White an 8. I'm going to give Gabriel an 8 as well. I thought Gabriel was really, really good alongside White. Those two, their partnerships, to me, is just looking really solid and going to get better and better. Tavares in for the injured Kieran Tierney. I was a little bit worried because I've liked what I've seen from Tavares so far, but defensively you kind of still feel he's a little bit suspect. You thought he was going to get really tested tonight, but really good performance from Nuno Tavares today. So much pace, especially in the first half, caused Villa all sorts of problems. So Nuno Tavares gets an 8 for me. Midfield, Thomas Partey and Sambi Lokonga. I think it was Sambi's best performance in an Arsenal shirt. I thought he was excellent. Sambi, I'm going to give Sambi an 8. No, I'm going to give Sambi a 9. Sorry, no, Sambi gets a 9 from me. I really thought he was very, very good. Sort of bossed that midfield alongside Thomas Partey. Villa couldn't handle him. Thomas Partey's going to get a 9 from me as well. I think Sambi just edges Partey for me, but the fact that Thomas Partey scored a goal, he's getting a 9 tonight because we've waited so long for that. And what a typical way for him to do it. All those shots that haven't gone in, so he goes and scores himself a glancing header from a corner to get his first Arsenal goal. So he gets a 9 just from getting himself on target. Bukayo Saka, solid from Saka. Much prefer seeing him on the right than seeing him on the left, and I thought he was caused Villa plenty of problems with his running tonight. He scored. He didn't get himself on target a goal or get himself an assist, but still a solid performance from him. He gets a 7. Emile Smith-Rowe, man of the match for me. Emile Smith-Rowe scored 1, made 1, created 4 chances more than any other player. Really kind of summed up why Arsenal treated those bids from Aston Villa with such disdain in the summer. 25 million, 30 million for Emile Smith-Rowe. Do me a favour. Excellent from Smith-Rowe tonight, so he gets a 9 from me and my man of the match. And then Lacazette and Aubameyang, like I said earlier on, Lacazette was so impressive. Went off injured in the second. Actually, both of them went off injured in the second half, so that'll be a little bit of a worry. We'll wait to see what Mikel Arteta says about that in his press conference. So they both hobbled off, but they both led the line excellently. Like I said, Lacazette, the pressing, the energy he brought. Won the penalty as well in the second half. He gets a 9. I'm going to give Auba an 8. He didn't score the penalty, he actually had it saved, but scored the rebound. Really good assist for Emile Smith-Rowe, so he gets an 8. So just a top performance this from Arsenal. One they needed after those successive draws, and one they're going to certainly make themselves feel an awful lot better about themselves. And you can all enjoy the weekend now as well. There's nothing worse than playing on a Friday night and losing and then having a bit of a miserable weekend. But now we can sit back, enjoy ourselves and see what the other results bring across the Premier League. So from the Emirates, it's finished Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 1.